Red Bull's RB20 2024 season analysis. The 2024 Formula One season has brought significant attention to Red Bull Racing and their latest car, the RB20. As the team aims to build on its previous successes, the RB20 showcases advanced engineering and innovative design, reflecting the culmination of years of research and development. With a focus on performance, aerodynamics, and reliability, this car is set to play a crucial role in Red Bull's quest for another championship title. Analyzing the RB20's features, performance on the track, and its competitive edge against rival teams will provide valuable insights into its impact on the season. The release of the Red Bull RB20 has sparked significant excitement and speculation within the Formula One community. While Red Bull is known for its strategic car reveals, which often leave certain areas of the car concealed, this year's launch continues the tradition of making it difficult to decipher the full extent of their design. The company has gone to considerable lengths to obscure parts of the car, particularly in the front end and side pod regions. As a result, much of the analysis of the RB20, at least for now, is based on the visible features and subtle clues provided by the launch images and subsequent track photos. One of the more notable aspects of Red Bull's approach to their car launches is their effort to hide or obscure critical parts of the car that could reveal key aerodynamic details. In the case of the RB20, large protective covers conceal the floor edges, rearward bodywork, and the areas around the front wing, making it difficult to glean much information from these zones. The front wing, while a central component of any Formula One car's aerodynamics, appears relatively unchanged from previous years in its simplicity. Historically, Red Bull has opted for clean and relatively unremarkable front wings in their launch configurations, a strategy likely designed to avoid giving away too much to their competitors. This approach fits into their long-standing philosophy of not revealing too much at the launch stage. As a result, the real innovation may be hidden deeper within the car, particularly in the upper rear bodywork and the side pod design. The side pod inlet design on the RB20 is one of the most interesting and debated features of the car. A comparison of the launch images and footage from the car running on track shows some distinct differences, especially in the configuration of the inlet. In the official rendered images from Red Bull, the car features a narrow horizontal letterbox style inlet without any additional slots or ducts visible on the surfaces. However, on the physical model, the inlet seems to be quite different, with multiple vertical slots visible at certain angles. This inconsistency between the rendered and physical models suggests that Red Bull may be using a dual inlet system, a horizontal letterbox inlet for cooling, combined with a vertical slot for optimizing airflow. The cooling needs of a Formula One car are complex, and Red Bull seems to be combining the benefits of both inlet designs. The horizontal letterbox is likely designed to provide sufficient cooling for the car's power unit, while the vertical slot appears to work in tandem with the larger inlet, possibly to manage airflow more efficiently. This arrangement might help the team meet the car's cooling requirements without sacrificing aerodynamic efficiency. The slot is relatively small, and it's not likely to be large enough to cool the entire car on its own. The combination of these two features could, therefore, be a thoughtful compromise, providing the necessary airflow for cooling while maintaining clean airflow over the car's side pod. Red Bull's decision to employ a soft, rounded edge around the side pod inlet is also telling. By avoiding sharp, aggressive edges that would create vortices, the team seems to be prioritizing smooth and controlled airflow. In previous designs, sharper edges on the side pod could have helped generate more vortex-driven downforce, but this could have disrupted the airflow downstream, especially in areas like the rear diffuser. Red Bull's design philosophy with the RB20 seems focused on controlling the flow and maintaining a clean aerodynamic profile. The smoothness of the side pod's leading edge may help to channel air more effectively over the rest of the car, particularly across the upper portion of the side pod to optimize airflow and reduce drag. Looking at the car's aerodynamic layout, there's also an interesting interplay between the side pod's geometry and the rear tire wake. By lifting and widening the edge of the side pod, Red Bull could potentially shift the high-pressure region outwards, which would help to manage the turbulent airflow generated by the front tires. When compared to previous Mercedes designs, the RB20's side pod configuration is strikingly different. Mercedes' approach in years past involved a more detached design, where the side pod inlet was positioned lower down on the side pod, and it had a wing element sitting above it. This setup was used to manage airflow distribution and optimize downforce. Red Bull, however, has opted for a more integrated design, where the side pod inlet and the upper bodywork form a continuous, smooth surface. The geometry of the side pod inlet is more compact compared to Mercedes' approach, where the inlet was typically larger and bulkier. Red Bull's design seems to be focused on a more refined and streamlined airflow, which fits into their broader aerodynamic philosophy of maximizing efficiency while minimizing drag and disruption of the airflow. The upper bodywork of the RB20, particularly the section around the halo and cockpit area, further emphasizes Red Bull's attention to detail in managing airflow. The upper bodywork features two distinct lumps that follow the back edge of the halo and extend down towards the rear of the car. These features are reminiscent of the Mercedes designs of the past year, particularly the way Mercedes used such elements to deal with aerodynamic losses caused by the halo and the cockpit. The lumps or ridges serve to contain these airflow losses and channel the airflow along the side of the car, reducing the risk of turbulent air being released in disruptive ways. These ridges help keep the airflow tighter to the bodywork, which could prevent air from spilling off to the sides and interfering with other components like the rear wing or diffuser. The tapering of the bodywork at the rear suggests that Red Bull is working to streamline airflow around the rear of the car, where managing drag and maximizing downforce is crucial. The rear wing, which features a detached second element similar to that seen in Mercedes cars in the past, could be another key component in managing the car's aerodynamic balance. By adjusting the geometry of the rear wing, Red Bull might be optimizing its efficiency and helping to control the airflow that travels through the car's underbody and
Das
rear
passiert
compartments.
nicht!
The overall design of the side pods on the RB20 represents an evolution rather than a revolution. The side pod maintains much of the curvature from the previous year's model, but with subtle changes to the upper lip and inlet positions. The changes to the upper lip, now positioned above the side pod instead of beneath it, could serve to improve airflow across the top of the side pod. The shift in positioning might also provide a more effective method for managing the car's cooling inlets. Adjustments to the car's geometry highlights the level of sophistication that defines Red Bull's F1 engineering. As the season progresses, the true capabilities of the RB20 will become clearer. But these early observations give us a tantalizing look at the cutting-edge design thinking that will define the car's performance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.